Every recipe collection needs a red velvet cupcake, and this is the one I keep coming back to. We're going to begin this one by getting our dry ingredients ready. So into a mixing bowl, sift in 150 grams of plain or all-purpose flour, 15 grams of cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda or baking soda, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Then whisk those ingredients together until well combined. So now that's nicely mixed, we can place that to one side for a moment, and then we'll grab the bowl of our stand mixer, or you could use an electric hand whisk for this next step if you prefer. And then into that bowl, we're going to place in 115 grams of soft room temperature butter and 200 grams of caster sugar. We'll then place it onto the mixer and then using the beater attachment, mix until it's light, fluffy and pale in colour. And once your butter and sugar mixture looks something like this, nice, light, fluffy and pale in colour, we can then crack in the eggs, and we'll just have 2 eggs, and we'll do them one at a time, beat them in using the mixer until fully incorporated. And then we'll add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract or vanilla bean paste and mix that until well combined. So now the next step, we're going to start incorporating the colour. I've got 120 millilitres of buttermilk here. And then into that, I'm going to place in 1 teaspoon of white wine vinegar, and then we're going to place in 1 teaspoon or maybe a little more of red food colouring. Now, if you can use the red food colouring gel, that's usually the best for this type of recipe. I couldn't get any, so I'm using a regular red food colouring. I'll see how I go, and I'll just add a bit extra if I need to. Give them a good mix together until well combined, and then we're going to gradually add in the buttermilk mixture and the dry mixture into our butter, eggs and sugar mixture. So we'll just do this gradually until all of it is well combined. Once you've got a nice well combined red mixture that looks something like this, you can then place them into muffin cases. So take a muffin tray, line it with muffin cases, and then you can spoon the mixture in nice and evenly, or you can use a piping bag if you prefer. We'll then place them into a preheated oven at 160 degrees Celsius fan for around 20 to 25 minutes until the cupcakes spring back when pressed on top. So once they're fully baked, you can remove them from the oven. Leave them to cool for 5 minutes before placing them onto a cooling rack to cool completely. So our cakes are now ready and they're nice and cool. And next we're going to make a beautiful cream cheese frosting or icing to go on top. So first of all, place 100 grams of unsalted room temperature butter into the mixing bowl, and we're going to beat that until it's light and fluffy. Next, we'll gradually add 350 grams of icing sugar, a little bit at a time until it's fully incorporated. And then we'll add in 200 grams of full fat cream cheese that is cold from the fridge, along with 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Then we'll beat that until it's just incorporated, nice and smooth, and then try not to overbeat it. If you beat this too much, the mixture will become loose and you won't be able to pipe it. And once it's fully mixed, you should have something that looks like this. And then the next thing we're going to do is place it into a piping bag with a star nozzle, and then we'll pipe it on top of our cakes. So as an optional step, you can crumble a little bit of cake over the top as well, and that just helps finish them off and adds a little pop of colour. I just sacrificed one of them, taste tested it, shall we say, and then left some to crumble up at the end just to sprinkle on top. If you do think ahead, which I didn't do, you can bake off a little bit of the cake mixture separately that you can crumble to sprinkle on later on. But I think these look absolutely fantastic. The cream cheese frosting is absolutely delicious, so creamy, really light, and the cake itself is really, really light. So there's one thing left to do, and that's to cut into one and see what they're like inside. So there we have it, beautiful red velvet cupcakes with cream cheese frosting, absolutely delicious. They look amazing. It was a bad idea because now I am gonna eat them all. Here we go. I hope you enjoy this one. Thanks for watching, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.